Hi Aries, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading, general reading. I'm ever so sorry I'm late uploading. Super duper busy in October. I mean, the website's always pretty much quite busy, but October was really off the chain, and I've still got a few more readings to tie up there for clients. So and personals have to come first because people pay for them. So. But yeah, we're doing all in all a November reading, general reading, and you've also got a love reading up as well for the sign of Aries as well, sun, moon and rising signs. Just a quick shout out to Tyler's Tarot. Don't know whether you're watching, Tyler. I know that you're extraordinarily a busy guy. Thanks ever so much. I already mentioned it on my love reading for Aries anyway, but thanks ever so much, Bab, for mentioning me, for giving me a shout out. For you guys, and I can't imagine anybody who looks at tarot readings on YouTube not knowing Tyler's Tarot. He's massive, huge. But if you don't know Tyler's Tarot, guys, go check him out. He's so good and so funny. Real beautiful character, beautiful way about him. He's a lovely, lovely guy, and he's an exceptional tarot reader. So go check that guy out. And thank you again, Tyler. I really do appreciate that. So let's have a look at what's coming in for Aries, sun, moon and rising signs for the month of November 2017. What can you see in general coming up for Aries, sun, moon and rising signs for the month of November 2017? What's going on for Aries? Show me Aries in the month of November 2017. I just want a general reading on Aries, sun, moon and rising signs. Aries, sun, moon and rising signs. Aries, sun, moon and rising signs for the month of November 2017. Thank you. Show me. Okay, let's just split the deck into three, and I'm using the Pamela Coleman Smith Rider-Waite Tarot. I mean, she drew the original illustrations for the Rider-Waite anyway, but this is kind of, I don't know why they've done this, but this is kind of like just with her name on it here. Beautiful deck of cards. So colourful and vibrant. So yeah, we're using that. Let's have a look what's going on for you guys. So you've got the moon as the energy around you guys. Moons tend to show up when there are secrets. There's hidden information. It's like the High Priestess in a way, is the moon card. They're very similar in that way, except for when you get the High Priestess, she knows how to deal with it. She's very intuitive, and she tends to know, you know, as a person, the High Priestess is quiet, she's silent, she's passive, but it's usually because she's dealing with her shit on her own. When you get the moon card, moons can also, I think they're representative of Cancer or Pisces as well, so sometimes people say Scorpio as well, so it's definitely water energy. You might be dealing with a secret here with the moon card. You might feel the energies around you might be one of anxiety. When you get moon cards as well, they can mean feeling anxious, feeling nervous, a lot of nervous energy around you. So some of you guys, it might be that the energies around you are quite nervous, quite anxious. Might also be some form of secret you're dealing with. Hidden knowledge. Your challenge, Aries, is the Hermit. Challenge as a hermit. So the hermit can, sometimes this is about being old, so the challenge might be about literally getting old with the hermit. Two cards that represent how people can, the challenges with the physical body is sometimes an empress and sometimes a hermit, for example. Empresses are all about beauty, so sometimes your challenge might be about your own beauty. With a hermit card, it can also be, you know, the challenge is getting older because it can represent an old person. Hermit cards also, though, represent transformation and transitioning, and your challenge might be finding some form of, you know, if the situation is about secret knowledge, things that are hidden from you, then your challenge might be finding that, the Hermit. So this is the card of the research. When you get hermits as well, it might be a Virgo person, but also with hermits, they tend to reveal people who are searching. So this would be a researcher. So if you get, say for example, the Hermit looking into the Ten of Pentacles, somebody might doing a little bit of rooting around in terms of your family finances. This can be a lawyer, it can be a private eye, for example. The challenge might be somebody who's trying to find something out about you, for example, because that's what hermits are as well. Other than that, it could be a sense of transformation, maybe some introspection. Some of you guys, the challenge might be being on your own as well, because hermits mean people who are, you know, in solitude and they feel lonely. The reason for the moon card is, okay, you've got the Five of Swords here, so there's some form of conflict showing up here, and I think as a result of that, the energies around your anxiety and fears going on with the moon energy, because you've got an enemy in your base. in your foundation, Aries. I think you guys are dealing with a, I don't know whether you're dealing with a narcissist. Five of Swords, third swordsman can easily be the narcissist, but you definitely, when you got a Five of Swords card, I think in your foundation you're dealing with somebody who's trying to disempower you. So Five of Swords will often show up. The third swordsman tends to be the person who's trying to take advantage of another individual, and because they're swords, it's usually to do with the way that somebody's communicating with you. Alright, for some of you guys it might be that in your foundation somebody cut somebody out, because besides the Five of Swords representing somebody's ability to disempower another individual through words and ideas and actions, it also means when somebody's cutting you out. So in your foundations, you might have cut somebody out, somebody might have cut you out, but as a result of that, for some of you guys, it might be the energies around you are nervous tension, worries with that moon energy, and it could be that your challenges, some of you guys possibly having to tread a new path, feeling lonely on that new path to transformation. In the recent past, you guys have experienced, wow, you've got some major energies, my God. Three majors out of 4 cards so far. The recent past, the Tower card, you've experienced this. So I feel that if, you know what, if this in your foundation suggests somebody who's trying to take advantage of you with the Five of Swords, somebody who's trying to get one-upmanship over you in your foundation, as a result in that in the recent past, I feel that this has come to a head. You've got the Tower card, it shows something that is unstable needs to go. So sometimes this is, it's like a champagne bottle, you shake it up and it all comes out. I think that in the recent past something might have come to a head with this Tower card for some of you guys. There's some anger that's coming to a place here, you know, there's a real angry energy going on, and it's as a result of somebody or a group of people around you trying to take the piss. Five of Swords in your foundation. The most likely outcome is Judgment. So Judgment card represents the need to make a big judgment, a big change. Could be a life change as well. Some of you guys, it might be that in your foundation there is war, there is conflict with others. As a result of that, around you might be the moon. There might be some anxiety, some fears going on for some of you guys, and as a result of that, and also something that you're burying with the moon card that really needs to come out, and as a result of that, the most likely outcome is you make a very powerful decision with that Judgment card to create some change, because I'm seeing there's been a blow up perhaps with you and somebody else, Aries. This is possibly going on before November, going into November, but there's been a blow up, and your challenge is possibly, for some of you guys, it could be finding the right path, finding the right conclusion to this situation with the Hermit energy, because I'm seeing that you guys are going through a time of trying to find some form of answers to a problem. The immediate future, you have the Ace of Cups, so this could be where a new path is offered to you. Ace of Cups means healing as well, so it might be that as a result of this Judgment card being the most likely outcome, big decision being made by Aries, I feel that the Ace of Cups coming in the immediate future shows perhaps for some of you guys a new path is opening up, but it's only a seed, it's just a concept at the moment. But this is, Ace of Cups isn't always about new love. Sometimes this is healing that occurs for an individual. Sometimes this is a new path that could lead to falling in love with something new. I'm seeing a new path here, possibly some form of a small chance at a new beginning with the Ace of Cups, or something may be offered to you. Kindness can be offered with the Ace of Cups. Apology can be offered with the Ace of Cups. You guys right now are the devil. You're feeling very, very chained. Some of you guys might be involved in a very toxic environment or toxic relationship with that devil energy, which is why the energies around you are the moon, feeling very tense, very angry, very fearful, struggling with the self, especially emotionally with that moon energy, because I think in your foundation there's been some form of a conflict, the Five of Swords, and in the recent past, the Tower, I feel that there has been some form of an eruption here, some form of chaos, some form of, if it's not an external thing, then it's coming from within. There's definitely a lot of anger going on for you Aries people. There's been, I think this is ruled by Mars as well, so this is definitely, I feel, something to do with anger, annoyance. If it's not on your part internally, then there's definitely something that is coming to a head here with this Tower. Something's being shaken up here. Something cannot carry on the way it's going. You guys, your challenge is the Hermit, finding the light, finding the correct path, going on some form of transformative spiritual change or journey, and as a result of that, I feel that this light, the most likely outcome, is going to give you your answer, the Judgment card, making some very powerful decisions, more than likely for some of you guys in the most likely outcome area. New beginnings, potentially, possibly an offer from an individual, offer from someone to help you, to soothe you, to heal you with the Ace of Cups, possibly looking at some form of new beginning for you guys, the Ace of Cups coming in. What you'll experience, influences coming in, well, Seven of Cups, coming to reality is the Seven of Cups in the reverse. or making some steadfast choices, no longer in that confusing state. Fears are the Ten of Cups in the reverse, so this is not reaching a point of emotional fulfillment or happiness. So there seems to me there's something that you guys are in, that you're at a point where you're just saying, it looks like you're dealing with people that you can't stand, Aries. It looks to me like you're just kind of like, you know what, I'm just dealing with a whole load of crooked bag shitheads and I can't be arsed with this. And it looks like you get to a point in November, Aries, where you're at the point where you say, you know what, I've had enough of this. And you kind of, in your fears, it's like, well, am I ever going to have happiness? Ten of Cups in the reverse is a lack of happiness, a lack of emotional fulfillment, emotional satisfaction, falling out with friends, family, that type of thing. So the fears are maybe that whatever this situation is going to affect your whole standing, your whole life, your whole family, your whole environment. I don't think you want that. The overall outcome shows the Knight of Swords. I feel that this is either through new beginnings, Ace of Cups, or this is Aries, a sense of healing or soothing or offer of help from somebody else with the Ace of Cups. It could be actually a water sign, maybe Scorpio, Pisces, Cancerian, that does this with the Ace of Cups. You guys find your answer. Seven of Cups in the reverse, you find the light. You're definitely deciding to make some positive decision here. There's no more Seven of Cups in the upright confusion. This is all about making positive choices, absolute rock solid choices, reaching that point of enlightenment. And the outcome is the Knight of Swords. You move forward quite fearlessly with that Knight of Swords now as a result of this new change that's coming in. I think there's something you're tired of, and I think it's the people around you that you're tired of, Aries. We're going to get this reading one more time, and then we're going to lay down the clarifiers. You guys are feeling stuck. The Devil. You guys are the Devil here. You're the Devil card. I think you're the people that are feeling chained to this Devil here. Now, when you're feeling chained to a Devil, sometimes this can be a burden. Sometimes it can be like being on a conveyor belt, like doing the same old thing, in, out, over again, over again. No change. It's like, oh, fucking hell. You know, it's that kind of thing. Tired of this shit, you know. I think you're tired of something here. I think you're showing as feeling very, very lethargic and very, very burdened and very, very chained to a situation, Aries. And I think as a result of that, the energies around you are a tiredness, lethargy with this Moon card, anxiety, nervous energy, possibly sleepless nights for some of you guys, because in your foundation, you guys, Five of Swords. Five of Swords, it could be that in your foundation, the reason for all of this is that you've got people around you, people that are trying to get one-upmanship on you, people, you know, and the Five of Swords doesn't even have to be a person that's doing it. It can just be a state of affairs. You know, in your foundation, this might be you as the third swordsman looking to cut out the two people here. The two people don't have to be people. They can be a situation that you're looking to cut out. Okay? Because as a result of that, the Tower energy in the recent past says this is about release. This is about shaking those unstable foundations. So some of you guys in the recent past have been looking to do a cleansing period with this Tower card. Towers don't always represent something terrible is going to happen. Not all they can, of course they can, yeah, absolutely, 100%. But the Tower can also be very subtle, where you're going through a period of inner cleansing with the Tower card. And that is something very unstable in your life that needs to go, but you need to take those steps to make them go with the Tower energy. So sometimes this is an epiphany. When you get the Tower card, it can be like, bing, a light bulb goes on. Your challenge is the Hermit, finding the light, finding the correct path that you need to be on with that Hermit energy, which is why some of you guys are feeling a sense of confusion, worry and anxiety and lethargy with the Moon. But the most likely outcome will be you're going to be released from that, the Judgment card, but this will come through making some very, very important, possibly life-changing decisions with the Judgment energy. What you'll find coming in, Aries, is the Ace of Cups. So I feel that this will be help from others, help from a friend, the Ace of Cups, because sometimes with the Ace of Cups you can't do it on your own. It has to be, remember, the hand is being offered out. So sometimes this is the soothing and the healing and the kindness that is offered by others. So I'm seeing soothing and healing and kindness and love and help and support with the Ace of Cups being offered from others to you, Aries, in the immediate future, in which what you'd experience as a result of that is the Seven of Cups in the reverse, complete and utter clarity. The ability now to make some very solid decisions with this Seven of Cups in the reverse. Because your fears are a lack of emotional fulfillment, a lack of happiness with that Ten of Cups in the reverse, trying to put a brave face on but never really feeling emotionally fulfilled. And the outcome as a result of the help that you receive with the Ace of Cups coming in to that help, helping you to see the truth of where you are and what it is you need to do with that Seven of Cups. I'm seeing you guys being rejuvenated with the Knight of Swords. I'm seeing you feeling passionate and confident enough to move forward and go for something in a new path with that Knight of Swords energy. Amazing reading. Definitely feel that you've had enough of something here, Aries. Let's have a look at why you guys are experiencing the devil. Universe Spirit, why is Aries the devil? What's the situation around? Okay, so the Four of Wands came out here. I think that you guys are feeling trapped, and I feel that you're feeling burdened. The situation is around something to do with a relationship or in the home. Could also be your work or in a particular building. But I feel that you're being trapped by something around your home with that Four of Wands. Because in your foundation we have this Five of Swords. And what's the Five of Swords about for Aries in their foundation? What's the Five of Swords about for Aries in their foundation? Show me. Oh, the Seven of Wands is the situation. I think you've got a lot of people finger pointing at you because you've got these Five of Swords here. And in your foundation it shows conflict. I think somebody's trying to point the finger. But I also feel the Five of Swords shows you more than anything that you are actually the third swordsman. I would say you're the third swordsman. I think you're the person who's trying to cut people out. In your foundation, you want to cut something out, or you want to cut out a group of people, or people who really aren't. We never really know with the Five of Swords why the third swordsman does what he does. Is he being smug, or are these the people here are the bad guys? Who's the bad guys? We don't know on the Five of Swords. It depends. It's subject to experience. But I feel here that the two guys here are the bad people, because I think that in your foundation, you're looking to cut out a couple of people, or a group of people you don't like, because the situation is the Seven of Wands. Now the Seven of Wands, the Six of Wands here can either say when people are saying give it to me, or they're saying don't do this, don't do that. So I think that you guys in your foundation, you're looking to cut out a group of individuals, and I think that this is because they've been taunting you and they've been badgering you with that Seven of Wands there. You can see the guy with the seventh wand holding his wand up like this, and he's saying stay the fuck out, keep out, because that's what the Seven of Wands is. It's all about when you say fuck off, stay out, get out. It's almost like when you've got people with their, you know, fork stick? You know, like in them old movies, you know, the ones where you had the witch, like burn the witch, and they've got those, somebody tell me what it is, fork sticks, pitchforks, I think it's a pitchfork, and they're like burn the witch, and the witch is like stay out, stay out. It's that kind of thing. You've been trying to tell someone to stay out, you've been trying to fight off a group of individuals, you want to cut them out. Your foundation says you wanted to cut out a few people here, or a couple of people, whatever it is, or it could just be a friend. But the situation is that somebody's been taunting you, jabbing at you, Aries, and I think you're just looking to cut them out. I think you've had enough. And in the recent past, you've experienced the Tower. And what's the Tower about? What's the situation with the Tower for Aries in the recent past? Okay. Alright, so you guys, I think that in the recent past, you've experienced a real shake-up with this Tower energy in the recent past. I feel that there is, for some of you guys, almost like an awakening, an epiphany that has come to you. The situation is that you guys have been very stuck with the Eight of Swords in the recent past, and you know that you can't stay stuck anymore. So sometimes the Tower will come up when you've got an epiphany, when it's like, bing, oh my god, I get it. It's a Tower moment, it's a light bulb moment, it's a lightning moment. For some of you guys, this will be released, but it's released in sometimes the most awkward of ways. Unexpected. Okay, I don't think this was unexpected in the recent past. I think this is something that you guys have thought about. I think there's an awakening that's come to you guys in the recent past, and the situation is the Eight of Swords. So this is a mental thing. There's an awakening that's come to you on something mentally that was really restricting you and holding you back, and it could also be something physical with the Eight of Swords that's been holding you back. And I think it's something to do with you guys wanting to cut out with that Five of Swords people, or a group, or a friend, or whoever it is that's been taunting you with these energies here. Your challenge is the Hermit. And what's the situation around the challenge being the Hermit for Aries? Show me. The Hermit. Okay. The Hierophant, sorry. So I feel that your challenge with the Hermit is really transitioning and choosing a new path, because the situation is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant could be, it could be, and I think it's something morally, I think it's something, a set of beliefs, okay, that you hold here. Alright, and I think this set of beliefs, when you get the Hierophant, this is all about I mean, so for some of you guys, it might be with this Hermit, it's taking a new path or a new line on something, transitioning, taking that new journey. And it might be because the situation with the Hierophant, it might be because you've been taught something. Hierophants represent tradition, and they represent a long-standing set of beliefs that you've been taught. So your challenge might be transitioning from a long-standing idea, or from a certain, you know, this is about taking the spiritual path, is the Hermit energy, and this is about taking the religious path. So there's a difference between spirituality and religion. Within religion, we often believe in, you know, a certain God does this, or a certain God looks like this, i.e. within the Christian church, a lot of people believe that God is a man. Spiritually, you might believe that God is both man and woman, or it can be an animal, or whatever it is. So this is all about taking a different line, perhaps on what you've been doing, what you've grown up with, what you're traditional told to believe, for example, with that Hierophant energy. And that's not going to be easy, because it might be that with the Hierophant you were taught to always stand there and fight, to never give up on a fight. But the Hermit would be the case of, you know, well, actually, I'm done with this. I just want to take another line. I want to move out of this. I want to, you know, just withdraw. And I want to, in that time of withdrawal, just seek some other path to fulfillment and happiness. But your challenge would probably be to do that. It might be because you've got people around you who are advising you and saying, well, no, don't do that, because this is the path that you need to be on. Or it might be because of what you've been taught. Never back down from a fight. Always stay into that fight. Never give up on that fight, because you'll be a coward, or if you give in, then you'll have wasted this, that and the other. And I think that there's a real push and pull going on for some of you Aries in a situation. The energies around you guys as a result of all of that is the moon, and I think this is what's confusing you. And what's the situation around the moon being the energies around Aries in November 2017? What's the energies around Aries, the moon being the energies around Aries? What's the situation around the moon? Situation is about the Page of Cups. So I think that you're very confused here, and I think the situation is all about taking a new creative path. I wouldn't say it's about romance. It's not a romantic reading. Alright, it's not a romantic reading, and I'm not turning it into a romantic reading, okay? You can explain tarot in a multitude of ways. It doesn't have to be one way. You can explain it in a multitude. Life is made up of a multitude of words, meanings, and so is the tarot, because tarot is reflective of life. So you guys, the situation is, the energies around you are confusion, and we're asking, well, what's the situation about? It's about the Page of Cups. So you guys might be feeling confusion and anxiety. It might be because some of you guys have been made something or form of an offer, because the Page of Cups shows an offer coming in. So it might be that you're confused because you've been made some form of an offer. The Page of Cups also means a new creative path as well that one wishes to follow, or the Page of Cups can actually be a fantasist, an idealist. So it might be that you're confused. For some of you guys, it might be the situation is about your own path and your own creative insight and your own ideals as well with that Page of Cups, which is why the most likely outcome will be judgment. And what's the situation around judgment? What's the situation around judgment? Show me. Okay. So you guys, the most likely outcome is, I think that you're going to be making a very, very big decision here with the Judgment card. I think the most likely outcome is there's going to be a massive change coming in for you. And the situation is all about the Nine of Pentacles. So this could be, the Nine of Pentacles is often about finances and financial gain. Okay, something that you've built up. So what's the situation? This is the situation, judgment. What's the situation around judgment? What is it that's changing here? What's the situation about with judgment? What's changing? The Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is all about, for example, some of you guys, you might work from home. Nine of Pentacles can be a work from home card. Might be what you've learned, how you've earned your money. There might be some big changes coming in around the way that you earn money, or the way that you've been doing something, for example. Around the home, Nine of Pentacles can show an apartment, a living space. It can show somebody who's financially independent, but some of you guys are making a judgment, possibly around the way that you've been living, what you've been earning, how you've been earning it, all of those things. I think that you're making a judgment around that for some of you. Coming in, you'll experience the Ace of Cups. And what's the Ace of Cups about? What's the situation around the Ace of Cups coming in for Aries? Wow, the Nine of Cups. Okay, so the situation is the Nine of Cups. So you guys are going to be having a wish come true. The Ace of Cups is coming in for you. Okay, and this is, I mean, it could be love, but we've already done a love reading. So I would say that with the Ace of Cups coming in, this is all about you guys receiving some form of an offer, because the situation is about you guys achieving something. The Nine of Cups shows somebody who's making an achievement. It's about you feeling smug, feeling kind of self-satisfied and kind of really happy and all the rest of it. Just really satisfied here, the Nine of Cups. I think a wish is coming true. Something is being offered to you. All right, I think this thing is going to take you out of a situation, because it looks like you're confused, possibly around an offer here. That's something that's being presented to you, or you might be confused because you want to actually head towards a new, maybe creative journey, that type of thing with the Page of Cups. And I think coming in the immediate future is some help, some support, and the situation is around the Nine of Cups. So this situation, this help and support, maybe with this situation being the Nine of Cups, is to make you feel more contented, more happy, that type of thing, from what I can see. Because I just get the impression you're getting something come in and it's going to help you. Because the situation coming in is this Seven of Cups reverse. What's the situation around the Seven of Cups reverse coming in for Aries? Show me. Okay, so you guys, you're going to be making a very important decision, I feel, with this Seven of Cups in the reverse. You're also going to be coming to reality. There's going to be great clarity coming in, and I think it's something to do with your earnings, money. The Queen of Pentacles is finances. Now, Aries, yes, it is a person card, but this is not always a person. Sometimes this is to do with an energy. It doesn't always have to be people on the cards, it can be to do with energies. And I think that you're coming to reality. Some of you guys might be coming to reality over a Queen of Pentacles energy. This could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn female, dark-haired female or male, sorry. This can also be a money person, or somebody in the home, somebody that you trust, somebody who's quite, you know, giving, nurturing. But this can also be your own finances. So some of you guys, you might be coming to reality on a person, but you also might be coming to reality because it's something to do with your finances. And she's also very much a practical individual. She tends to be very detailed. It might be that you're coming to reality when you're actually doing a lot of detailed research in terms of your finances and where you stand concerning a situation. Because I feel that you're being offered something here, maybe with this Ace of Cups. So I'm seeing a new offer coming in for you guys here, the Page, Ace of Cups energy. This is the offer of the potential new beginning with the Ace of Cups. Situation is around the Nine of Cups. Maybe for some of you guys to do something that you've not done before at all. Something that could fulfill all your wishes with that Nine of Cups energy. And as a result of that, you guys possibly doing some more research, coming to reality. It could be over, or finally making a decision here. It could be over something that's going to give you financial growth with the Queen of Pentacles, or something that you could invest in, maybe this Queen of Pentacles, or maybe that you're going to be coming to reality or finding something out about your finances or where you're standing in terms of your home, your finances, that type of thing with the Queen of Pentacles. I think there's a lot of stuff for you guys to get through in a situation here, Aries, before you can actually go for something. Your fears are the Ten of Cups in the reverse. What's the situation with the fears being the Ten of Cups in the reverse for Aries? Show me. Okay, Five of Pentacles. So, I feel that your fears are with this Ten of Cups in the reverse, a lack of emotional fulfillment. And the situation might be around the Five of Pentacles. Well, it could be because of having to leave somewhere. Five of Pentacles isn't always about financial instability. Five of Pentacles isn't always about rejection or being left out in the cold. Five of Pentacles can simply say that you're leaving a property. Can often show up when somebody's just leaving a property, Aries. So it might be that, you know, your fears are, well, what if I don't feel emotionally fulfilled? What if I don't feel happy? What if, you know, with this Ten of Cups, my fears are leaving family and friends behind, severing contact or severing relationships with that Ten of Cups, because the situation is I'm leaving somewhere that's giving me a lot of comfort. These two people leaving the church are often leaving a place that's, you know, it's been their safe haven for quite some time, and they're going out there on their own. I've done readings for people where this is a mother and a single mother and a child, so the cards can reflect all sorts of things. And some of you guys, it might be that your fears are feeling unhappy or feeling a lack of emotional contentment because the situation could involve you guys having to leave somewhere, move out of one place into another, and the outcome shows us the Knight of Swords. And what's the situation with the Knight of Swords? What's the situation with the Knight of Swords? Show me. Okay, so I feel that you guys The outcome is you're going for something here with the Knight of Swords. There's changes that are coming in very fast, and the situation is about the Wheel of Fortune, okay? So it might be that you've got some fortune coming in here. You've got a change for the better coming in. Wheel of Fortune is often a change for the better. Not all the time, it's a neutral card, but I feel that the situation, sometimes this is information, but I would say that this is also Knights represent the coming and goings of situation and changes. I think there are fast moving changes coming in here for some of you guys in the overall outcome, and the situation is about the Wheel of Fortune, okay? These things can't be held back. No matter what you do about it, it's going to come, because the Wheel of Fortune is what the universe brings to us. So these are the fast moving changes happening in the outcome, okay? Things are being put into effect, Aries, that you cannot stop, and they'll happen in either by November or December for some of you guys. Let's get your reading again. Very interesting reading it was. You guys right now in November, or even going on before that, Aries, are the devil. I think that you're feeling very chained. I think that you're feeling very restricted with that devil energy. I think that you're feeling a sense of being burdened, and I think it's something around the home. So I think that you're feeling chained and burdened, perhaps to your job, to your work, to your home, with that Four of Wands. I think in your foundation, I think that you're wanting to cut out an individual or a group of people, because the situation is around that these people have been goading you, or they've been bothering you, or you've had a lot of struggle with individuals, and I think that you're looking to cut out. So I think that you've got burdens around your house, your home, your work, and I think that you're looking to cut these in your foundation. You're looking to cut these people out because I think they've been goading you. I think they've been bothering you. I think you've had enough and you've had a real struggle. I feel in the recent past you've had an epiphany. You've had like an awakening moment with that Tower energy, okay? And this is because you have been feeling very mentally restricted, very confused, and you've been feeling that your hands have been tied. And I think that you've had an epiphany on how you're going to release yourself, either from these mental restraints or physical restraints of where you've been with this Devil, Four of Wands, and the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. And as a result of that, your challenge is finding a new path with that Hermit card, or finding out how you're going to solve the situation with the Hermit energy, because the situation is around the Hierophant. For some of you guys, it might literally be that you're tied or you're bound to an authority figure, or you're having to adhere to a status quo and that you can't get out of it. For some of you guys, it might be a case of that you're trying to find a path here, and that's your challenge because of the Hierophant. Maybe there's a tradition, maybe there's a way that you've been brought up, maybe it's difficult, not so easy to move from one thing to the other when you've been brought up with a set of beliefs that you find very difficult to remove, which is why the energies around you guys, and I think it's more for some of you guys, it might be in a living situation, the Hermit. It might be that this is moving out, your challenge is moving out of somewhere because of the Hierophant. This Hierophant has the keys to the kingdom, so this person has more control. They've got the keys to everything. They've got you on lockdown. Some of you guys might actually be on lockdown or on a situation. You want to leave it, but you can't. The energies around you are going to be worry and anxiety, I think, with this moon energy. And I think the situation is because you've been made an offer. I think this offer for some of you guys, or you want to take a new path forward. You've got a certain fantasy and ideal about something you want to move forward towards, but I feel that you can't. I think something's holding you back from being able to move. The most likely outcome will be judgment. So there is definitely, situations will change. Okay, and the situation around that change is the Nine of Pentacles. So if some of you guys are feeling in the gilded cage, Nine of Pentacles can be a gilded cage as well. Aries, if some of you guys are feeling in a gilded cage, that will actually change, I feel, with the Judgment energy showing there. What you'd experience is the Ace of Cups. This is a new lease of life, an offer coming in, or some form of help, support. Situation is around the Nine of Cups, so your wishes are being fulfilled for you in the immediate future. And I feel as a result of that, you'll experience the Seven of Cups. So you're coming out of a time of confusion. You're able to make some important choices, but also I feel you're doing a lot of clarifying here with that Seven of Cups. You're sorting out a lot of stuff. Some of you guys, it might be around a person, but it also might be to do with your own practical day-to-day stuff with the Queen of Pentacles energy, because your fears are, and I think it's got something to do with this Page of Cups, this offer that comes in, that you're confused about. But I think as a result of that, the outcome shows the offer you accept, because I see an offer coming in. So this new beginning starting up with the Ace of Cups, but the situation is around the Nine of Cups. Something is manifesting you here for you, that's going to allow you to pursue something new here. Aries, and I feel that your fears are, well, what if this thing doesn't work out? Ten of Cups in the reverse. What if I don't feel emotionally fulfilled because maybe I've left everything and everyone behind that I knew, and I'm going to have to go on this new venture where I'm feeling slightly out of my comfort zone with this Five of Pentacles. But I feel that the outcome is that whatever you do, you proceed with vigor and you proceed with confidence here, because the situation is about fortune. This is all about changes for the better. I'm seeing you guys proceed forth because you know whatever this thing is, it's going to bring you changes for the better. I think that there are people around you that have been goading you, Aries. I think you've had enough of the situation. I think you're tired of it. I think that maybe some of you guys are slightly restricted maybe by a higher force with that Hierophant energy. Hierophants usually show people who have more dominion over us. Okay, some of you guys, it might be your challenges heading for a new path. Hermits show up when people are taking a new path. For example, they're going to university to study, or a hermit card can show somebody who decides that they want to start painting rather than writing. It shows new artistic paths. It can show any path that you're going into that's new, but that's your challenge because the situation is about a Hierophant. Hierophants are not new. Hierophants are people who are stuck by the same old code of conduct. These people have great power over others. So some of you guys, literally, you want to take a new path, but you might be stuck by a Hierophant, by a group of people, or by an authority figure that won't allow you to move forward. But I do see you moving forward in the end. I do see some reservations and fears. I see you guys trying to sort out maybe your living situation, practical day-to-day stuff with that Queen of Pentacles. But in the end, once that's all sorted out, because you've got complete clarity on that area there, I feel that you move forward with vigor, confidence, because with the Wheel of Fortune being the situation, you know that whatever you're moving forward to is going to create your fortune for you. You're going to be better off than what you were before, Aries. Okay, that's your reading, Aries, for the month of November 2017. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I'll speak to you guys again soon. You've got your love reading up as well. Make sure you check that out, and I'll speak to you in your December reading, or if I've got time to do a mid-month reading, I'll do that as well. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.